Hello everybody, and thanks for checking out another video here on G4G, Games for Gamers. Today we're going to take a look at Shanna, the she-devil. Shanna, the queen of the jungle. She-Jane, me Tarzan. Chitara from the Thundercats. So, honestly, I like what Playdom did with her sprite. I think it's probably one of the prettier representations that I've seen of Shanna. She's fit, but not inaccessibly so. And I've found her to be pretty good so far. I mean, nothing to write checks to cash off of. I'm not taking this girl to the bank quite yet, but she's been surprisingly peppy, and she's been a decent amount of fun. So, let's look at her passives, then we'll look at her actions and her stats. She is an infiltrator. She does Hunter-Gatherer, reduces incoming damage from poison attackers by 20%. And she performs a follow-up attack on single targets who are poisoned. Spirit of the Savage Land, attacks that would reduce her to 0, reduce her to 1% instead. So, she's got a new mechanic here in Hunt-Gatherer, and then, Spirit of the Savage Land we've seen before in various healing factors and everythings. So, over here under actions, we have Spear Vault, a level 1, does Winded Hobble in corners, so she shuts down scrappers, which are nice. Hobbled, which is partial infiltrator mess up. And cornered, so she can mess up some tanks over here. And her level 2 is a multifunction. Savage Toxins. All three do poison, so we'll skip that. The middle one does about the most damage. Her leftmost one is Scorpion Sting, neutralized and gives her Tiger's Fury like Tigra. Stacks up to 2 times, increases attack and defense. Pitting Prick, staggered, can't dodge attacks. And Serpent Strike, off balance. So now she has completely shut down an infiltrator over here. She has an ISO slot. And she gains Berserker, and it's just for herself. Nature's Bounty. She has a heal that removes debuffs and does gaining ground. She gains 2 actions after a full round. So right there, she's showing that she is quite the teammate over here. And then she has Off the Vine, a 1-round cooldown. Her highest hitting ability, it's stealthy, and it applies flanked and disoriented. So, she's a decent little teammate. She's a support person, which, they're really giving infiltrators a lot of support lately. Like, Falcon's kind of like Angel, and Neurotrope on a stick. Fandral can shut down teams. Hogun's one of the only ones where he isn't that supporty. This guy's a powerhouse. And a lot of infiltrators lately have just kind of been supports. So, I happened to come across something while I was playing with Shanna. I was running Pound of Cure so that I could get people poisoned prior to Shanna going. And I happened to be running Anti-Venom just because he was halfway through a level. So I said, yeah, let me run Anti-Venom in this group over here, get him some experience. Now, I didn't intend to team these two up, and I'm not going to really say they have a great amount of synergy. It just was something that I noticed about Pound of Cure. So, let's see if we get him depowered, which would be beautiful. Winded, cornered, impaired, neutralized, webbed, staggered, constricted, no depower. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go with her Berserker. Now, even though he's poisoned, I'm still going to go with Pound of Cure. And I'll show you why next round. Fortunately, we'll get the chance very, very early over here. So, Pound of Cure, it counts as a poison and it hits everybody, which is why I was running it with Shanna, but genetically altered. Attack, defense, accuracy, or evasion may be reduced taking heavy damage if genetic alteration is removed or expired. Anybody get where I'm going? Let's see if you can figure this out. Yeah, we gotta go through his 52 turns over here, but at least it's a better chance for him to live. So that we can actually see this combination. It's starting to take a little bit of damage. Hopefully he survives this next attack. Okay. So, genetically altered. Remember what we discussed? Taking heavy damage if it's removed early? Ah, hello there, cleansing touch, which removes both buffs and debuffs. Watch what's going to happen here. Genetic withdrawal. Interesting. So what a lovely little checkmate you've applied on the enemy team over there. Everybody says when you run a debuff team, you risk the cube, Soa, all of those guys coming in and ruining your fun. Because, hey, all you need to do is just run the scroll, and if you don't have a pesty beast around, well, your plan goes to hell. Well, that's the great little thing about genetically altered, is that once it hits, it's almost better to let it. So now, who else does this nifty little combination work with? Well, obviously it's nothing to do with Shanna, it has to do with genetically altered, but let's go ahead and run this. Let's see. Might not work because he counts as a boss, but who else can you do this with? You can do it with Doom. So let's see if Doom will get working over here. Alright, so first round, we're going to apply this. Alright, so Doom is out. Let's hopefully we get a deep power. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Ow, that's a pretty peppy gunshot there. So, we'll go with the neurotrope. We'll go with Pound the Cure again. Now, I'm sure everybody's Pound the Cure is going to be woefully out of date, and I'm not saying you should reforge it up just to run this with Cleanse, but the idea is just basically for you guys to see an interesting combination over here, and how you can run Cleanse to your advantage, which normally you would think, well, you know, if I want to remove debuffs from the enemy, is that really a good idea? So, Doom and genetically altered basically say the same thing. We're going to tick down, but if you remove us early, we're going to do a big hit. There goes genetic withdrawal, and if he wasn't a boss, Doom also would have procced right then and there too. So he's really got a hard on here for the most dangerous woman in the galaxy. Obviously not Captain Kirk. He does not like women with green skin. Yeah, I get fatal blowed. So, there's an interesting combination for you guys to consider for Anti-Venom's Cleanse. Normally, I would consider it a move that I would not count as a go-to, simply because I would want the debuffs to stick on the person. You know, I mean, that's the whole reason why I'm applying it to them, but genetically altered and Doom create a pinch situation where you can either let it tick and hurt you, or if you attempt to remove it, you're going to take the big hit right then and there, kind of like a psychic tap. So, just wanted to show you guys a little bit of Shanna and a little bit of an interesting combination for Anti-Venom's cleanse that might not necessarily leap off the page at you guys. So, hope you enjoyed this video here on G for G, and take care, everybody.